Life insurance is basically a way to preserve wealth. People think is you only get life insurance once where you die. There's another component to it, which is the living benefits. It can help you with health if you're sick, to pay your bills if you're out of a job. It could also help you to manage your income. You could take a loan out of it and you don't have to pay the loan back. If something happens to you, they're just going to take it out of the debt benefit.
Welcome to People at Pyramid, a weekly podcast that introduces you to your fellow Pyramid Club members. My name is Vince Quinn, the Content Studio Director, and I'm here to showcase the stories of your fellow members, explore the ways that they can help you and your network, and make it easy for you to connect. With that, let's meet our next member.
Hey members, my name is Adedeji Adebayo. I've been a member of the club for about 3-4 months now. I think I started in December. I'm married with 3 kids, and I'm a life insurance agent.
And let's talk about life insurance because I will be completely honest, I know basically nothing about it. I got married in the last 2 years. I do not have kids. It is, and that's usually how I've perceived it. Is it's like, oh, I'm having kids, I should get life insurance, right? But obviously, I don't know anything about it. You're the expert on it. That's just my impression. So what is life insurance actually?
So life insurance is basically a way to preserve wealth. That's just what it is, because if someone passes away, that wealth is transferred to their beneficiary, right? But the only thing is, people think is you only get life insurance once where you die, right? The benefits is when you die. That's what people think. But the truth about it is there's another component to it, which is the living benefits. You know, there's stuff like it can help you with health if you're sick. It could help you get, to pay your bills if you're out of a job. It could also help you to manage your income. You could take a loan out of it and you don't have to pay the loan back. You know why? Because the debt benefit is the collateral. If something happens to you, they're just going to take it out of the debt benefit. But people don't know that because there are different types of life insurance. There's the term, which is like you're renting a house. And there's also the IUL, which is the Index Universal Life. That's the new life insurance. It used to be whole life and all that stuff, but people use the index now. So that one has the cash value in it, and you can take money out from there.
Man, yeah. See, I've never heard that in my life, that you can actually use a life insurance account while you're alive.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, it's always been, I'll never see the benefit.
Yeah. People be like, oh, what's the point? Like, I don't want my wife to get all the money. It's like, you could get the money too if you wanted it.
Yeah. So that's crazy. I mean, so I guess, this is a common thing then that people have the opportunity to do, but I'm sure don't do it often. Like, why is it that people don't understand it? How often are you educating people about that? How many people actually know? So
the thing is, the life insurance, number one is it's kind of expensive to do the cash value life insurance. Plus it's complex. It's a lot of moving parts. People don't want to think about it too much. But if it's just a term life insurance, all they have to do is pay 20, 50, 10 bucks, and that's it. You just forget about it. But the IUL is complex because the premiums are complex. You can pay, like $1,000 this month and decide to pay $100 next month. You can pay $20,000 this year and don't, because it's a flexible premium. It has cash value in it. If you want to take out a loan, it's like, okay, what percentage of the loan can I take out? So there's all these moving parts that people don't want to think about. So that's why people don't know about it. So most insurance agents just say, you know what, just buy the term. It's cheap. And, that's what you need.
Yeah. Okay. This makes a lot of sense in a lot of different levels. Because, insurance is one of those things that for certain people, it's just like, oh, okay, insurance. I gotta. So they're just trying to get through it as quickly and simply as possible. And people are like, okay, here you go. But for the people who are patient and willing to learn, then they have all this potential behind it. So, so how varied can it really be? How deep is the variety of plans that somebody can get life insurance?
It's really deep because number one, the life insurance has the health benefit, which means if you're critically ill, you can access up to 90% of the death benefit. Most people don't know that. Then there's also, if you have, like, you can do 2 of your daily activities, they call it long-term care. maybe you can't get out of bed, you can't eat. It's mostly for older people.
Mm-hmm.
You can access 2 to 4% of the death benefit. There's all these benefits, but it's explaining it to people and let them, taking it in is the problem. That's why most people just go for term, So, but that's the mindset we're trying to change. And plus, if you do the one with the cash value, your money grows over time because it's in the index, and the index grows about 8-7% average every year. So, it's something that if for instance now, let's say you're making $10,000 a month, you can put the whole $10,000 into your policy and take out your expenses, maybe 8,000, and leave the remaining 2,000 in there. So it's like you put in 10 grand, you take out a loan of 8,000, a loan you don't have to pay back, and the money is still growing over time. But those kind of things that act really complex, you have to actually show you an illustration of how the thing works and stuff like that. So most people don't have that time to sit down and learn about it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just so interesting because, yeah, when I think of life insurance and insurance in general, I mean, this is like financial planning.
Yeah, that's why we're like a wealth preservation strategist. We're more like a strategist. We strategize on how to move your wealth and move money around. So it's a lot of strategy that goes into it based on what you want, what your goals are.
Yeah, so it's this deeper strategic asset that you can get if people are willing to be open to the prospect of it, right? I guess that's part of it, is just that mental hurdle. I mean, I guess for the people, it is part of that just like a buyer point, right? Like, let's say, you need a certain amount of income to go that route, or is it more of like, how accessible is something like that to your average family? I guess is the question.
First thing is, it's not for everybody, to be honest. But the first thing is, someone has to actually want to save. So if you're a saver, maybe you save like $200-300 a month, that's the kind of person it's good for.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to be saving.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's the kind of people that I'm sure it's better for you to work with anyway, right? Like if they don't have that mindset and then they're getting ingrained in this kind of tool, like it's got to be a massive headache.
You won't be able to manage it.
Yeah. So, okay. So with all of this, then people get this wealth management or wealth planning advice from you and all the strategy with life insurance. It feels like, and I looked at one, you got a brand new website as we do all of this. So congratulations on that. I mean, you've got a lot of other things here on the side. Like what's the other range of things that you can help people?
Yeah. So aside from life insurance, there's also annuities. Annuities are like pension. It's like the old type of pension, but it's like your own personal pension. So the way it works is you can put in like $500,000 into a plan and lock it for about 7 years in an index account, and it grows over that 7 years, and they start paying you lifetime income for that. So, but most people get that if they have a 401k and they're about to retire, and they have like maybe 400,000, 500, or a million in their 401k, and they're scared to pay taxes on it because it's federal taxes, state taxes. So you can roll that over into an annuity, and they pay you lifetime income for that.
Yeah. So, okay. So with all of this, I mean, to have all these different sorts of strategies, I mean, what was your background? Like, how'd you get into all of this?
Yeah, okay. My background is actually my undergrad was in IT. I did IT for my undergrad. I came to the States in 2016 from Nigeria, and I was doing my master's in Townsend in Maryland. It was, I think, advanced information technology. So I was thinking I was going to be an IT guy.
Okay.
But while I was doing my master's, I got a job in New York to be a compliance officer. So I worked with multiple banks, did AML, KYC, transaction monitoring, onboarding clients and stuff like that. So I did that for about, maybe 8 years. And COVID hit in 2020.
Yeah.
And they started laying people off. So I was thinking, you know what? I can't always just rely on a job. I got to find something to do that if my job doesn't pay me, I got to find a business that can pay me.
Yeah.
So that's when I started thinking about, getting a license to become an agent, because my dad reached out to me. He said, oh, I know someone that just signed me up for a policy and I'm paying $60,000 a year for it. I'm like, who's pays $60,000 for life insurance? It seems so crazy. I thought he was scammed.
Right? Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Then he showed me the policy. Then he said, oh, it's going to grow cash in it. Then you can take the loan. I was like, oh, okay, this is good. So he told me to talk to the guy. So I talked to the guy and I was like, you know what? I want to sign up, but I don't have the funds to do the IUL, but I'll do a term, you know?
Yeah.
So I did a term with him. Then later down the line, I got my license and I did my own IUL as well.
Wow.
So that's how I got into the business.
I love it. Okay. It's such an interesting way to make those transitions. I mean, like for so many people, COVID was like a true break point that caused that value. I had the same thing in a similar way. I was in radio and I did that for 10 years. And part of the, at that time I got let go for a short amount of time.
Wow.
And I wasn't even a salaried employee. I was a shift guy. And they gave my shifts to somebody else. I was like, man, this is brutal. I'm like, all right, you guys going to call me for fill-in work? They're like, no, good. We'll just see if we see you. And I was like, all right, I got to get the hell out of radio. I do not trust these people.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of evaluations in that way. But let's bring it back then, because on that personal level, right? Like just free time, Deji, what are you up to? What do you like to enjoy in your free time?
So in my free time, I like to go to the gym. I used to always go every day. And then it dropped to 5 days. Then it dropped to 3 days. Now it's a day because I have 3 kids.
Okay.
My oldest is about 5. My daughter is 3. And my last boy is 7 months. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I still try to keep up. In the gym, I like swimming a lot. Because I think of myself as a fish. Then I read books, lots of books, because as a financial guy, I gotta keep up to date with stuff like that. As an IT guy too, I like to develop with AI now. I just develop stuff randomly.
Yeah,
they call it, I think, vibe coding.
Oh yeah,
I like to vibe code a lot, and watch movies and family and stuff like that.
Okay, so a lot of things to take. One, swimming. I absolutely love swimming. I did that. It's been a long time since I've had regular access to a pool, but I in college, like I would during the summers, there was nobody there. And I would have free access to the pool, and I would swim every day for an hour a day. It was the best workout you ever got, feeling amazing. I lost weight like crazy. It was just like, if I could just swim for the rest of my life, I would.
I would too.
Right? Like sure. my dream is if I make it rich one day, I want to be rich enough to have an indoor pool that I can just swim in every day at my house. That is like the super baller thing that I would do at my house. So that's cool. That's it for me. And then last, with the vibe coding stuff too. Like it is amazing what is accomplishable with AI when now, having some level of technical understanding, but also just like vision of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right. And now and I'm sure from your side, being in IT previously, like the sophistication of coding and everything to be like, I just want this. And it's like, oh yeah, let me give you all the sophisticated ways to get there. It's crazy.
That was the big part for me when I was in IT, because I was like, oh, I don't want to go, because in IT there's like software and there's like hardware, right?
Yeah.
So you had to choose a path. And I was like, oh, I like to build software, but I don't want to code because it's a different language every year. We used to start with C++, then there was Java, and before there was something called Python. So it was just a lot. You got to keep up. So I was just, let me just be a networking guy. I'll just, be a networking guy, just cable and stuff like that. But now that we have AI, all my ideas, I think I probably built like over 30 apps, because I can just put all my ideas and it's just building it for me.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part, so.
Wow. Okay. A future time we're going to talk about those apps. I need information on those apps. But for now, then, with anybody that's heard all of this, wants to get in touch with you, fellow members at the club, what's the best way to get in touch? So
you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My name is Adedeji Adebayo. Or you can go to my website. My website is adedejiadebayo.com, and stuff like that. So, or you can just meet me in the club. I'm usually here at least once or twice a week. So.
There you go. So yeah, make sure you say hi to him in the club. And Deji, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Vince. Appreciate it.